Hey guys, Lon from the ECOM zone here, and this video we're going to talk about Facebook ads, how I'm scaling, how I'm optimizing my ads, and I'm going to go through it live with you guys. So you can see here I have 6 campaigns running at the moment. We spent about 3.6k since 5th of April, and we can go over to my Shopify dashboard, and our revenue is about 10.4k, which is actually a lot lower than what we usually expect in April. But honestly guys, I'm just glad we're profitable. If you don't know already, March is a very rocky time for a lot of e-commerce stores and anyone advertising on Facebook, because that's when they release massive updates. So if you guys haven't got the new ad account update, basically what they've done is they've merged manual sales campaign with Advantage Plus. So when you click sales and continue, it'll just create a campaign automatically. It won't give you the option to select Advantage Plus shopping campaign or manual. You can only run manual, and they've basically added AI to it, which is, I don't know, it's good and bad. Sometimes you don't want to rely on Facebook's AI algorithm because sometimes it just doesn't work. And that's why I liked it when they kept it separate. But now they've kind of merged the two together. So let me just delete that campaign. You can see my purchase conversion value is 4.4k, whereas we generated over 10.4k in sales. And this discrepancy is very annoying because that's like what, 40% of my sales getting tracked by Facebook. So it's very hard for me to optimize and scale my ads. So you can see here, I got tough campaigns, Advantage Plus campaigns, tough. Now the Advantage Plus campaigns are basically the new campaigns that I've created, and the tough ones are my old campaigns that I'm still running. So let's actually start with the bottom campaign with 1.51 ROAS. And this is an ABO campaign. You can tell because the budget is set at ad set level here. When it's a CBO campaign, you cannot change these budgets. And we have 5 ad sets in here, but if you scroll all the way down, you can see I have tons of ads in here, tons and tons of ad sets. And this is an ABO campaign for a subcategory on my store. For example, if you have 5 subcategories on your store, then you can create 5 different ABO campaigns. So let's just say you're running a jewelry brand, you can have a subcategory for necklaces, rings, earrings, and I don't know, bracelets. And so on your Facebook ad campaign, you'll have 4 campaigns, one for each subcategory, and they'll all be ABO campaigns. So the reason why I like ABO campaigns is because of this reason. I can keep testing within this campaign, and you just switch ad sets on, switch ad sets off, create new ad sets. It won't affect other ad sets, and that's why I like ABO. So you see the budgets are very different here, and this one has a 3.21 ROAS. So with scaling, all I'm going to do is just increase the budget. So I'm not very accurate with how I increase my budgets, but if you want to be very accurate, what you can do is pull out the calculator, 9.5 times 1.2 or 1.3. So 1.3 is 12.35, so just increase that, 12.35. And you see here, this ad set here has 3 sales but only 0.81 ROAS, which isn't great, right? However, you need to remember my average order value is £50, and this purchase conversion value column is inaccurate, and also the results. So usually when this happens, I go, okay, I got 3 purchases and this is incorrect. So I'm going to do £150, let's just say. So this is actually a very decent ad set here because it spent £69 for £150. So £6 times 1.3 is 7.8. Now, if you do this every other day, your budgets will exponentially go up. So that's why even though it's only a 30% increase every 1 or 2 days or 3 days, it does add up over time. And let's just say you've increased this budget and you gave it 3 days to perform and it's not performing, you're not getting sales. What you do is just drop it back down to the previous budget. Or you could just minus 20% off it or minus 30%, it's up to you. This one here is performing well. I could just change that to £13 because it's just 30% on top. And again, here's another problem, right? It got 3 sales, but the purchase conversion value is only £70. So 3 times £50 average order value is £150 and not £69. But the ROAS isn't that great because it spent £91 for £150. However, you do need to remember this results is inaccurate as well. Maybe it pulled in 5 sales, maybe it pulled in 6. So usually when this happens, I just leave it. You don't always have to scale campaigns and ad sets. This one here is performing quite bad. It spent £51 for only one result, but the sale was a £74 sale. That's why the ROAS is high. Now, with these ad sets here, I don't tend to touch them. I just leave them as it is. I also like to go into each individual ad set to see what the ads are saying. So in this one, you can see the top one basically only got £2 spent, so I'm going to just switch this off. And we could also see that the sale came from this second ad set here, right? Where it only spent £1.44 and got us the sale. So this was a fluke sale, and I really don't want to touch this ad set. We just want to leave these two on and leave it as it is. You can see this one spent £47 and got us 0 sales. I don't know if it's accurate that it's tracked 0 sales. Maybe this ad has actually given us 3 sales, but it hasn't tracked. And that's why I wouldn't switch it off. It really depends on how accurate your account tracks your sales. So let's go into the next ad set. So this one here, this one's just got no add to carts, £6 in spend. I'm just going to switch it off. This one at the bottom, it's got £56 in spend and it's got 1 sale. I'll probably just leave it because you can see I get a lot of add to carts and checkouts, but it's only tracked 1 sale. Next, go into the next one. We can see here, these two are doing really well and this one isn't. So I'm just going to switch that off so that all the spend goes into these two ads here. Then we'll go to the next ad set. So this one's not performing well. So it spent £32, but it's only got us 5 add to carts, which is really bad. You can see here, this one's got £36 in spend, which is not big of a difference, and it's got us 4 times the amount of add to carts. So what I'm going to do is switch this one off. Now, with this ad set, 2 of them have been switched off now, and there's only 1 left on. When this happens, I like to duplicate this ad so that you're giving Facebook 2 ads for them to A/B test within the ad set. You never want an ad running by itself within an ad set. No matter how well it's performing, I prefer to always have an A/B test. Whether that's A/B testing the ad copy, A/B testing the creatives. So I'll just duplicate this, duplicate with original setup, duplicate, and now we're on the ad level. So with this, I'm just going to go down to the ad copy and change the ad copy. What I like to do is actually go to other niches and other brands on Facebook ad library and see what sort of ads they're running. So let's just go over to Shop Fabulous on Facebook ad library and see what they're running. So this necklace is engraved with the eyes of someone you love. Imagine her reaction, surprise her with a real oyster. Imagine her reaction, and just keep scrolling down and you see what sort of ads they're running in February. And it's craft your own jewelry. They got ads in different languages. I think that was German. Craft your own. They got imagine her reaction again. Symbolize your everlasting bond. So maybe I could try this one. Let's copy this, go over here, and I'll change this primary text. Of course, it's going to be blurred out for you guys because this is actually my brand. I don't want to reveal my products. So I'm just going to change this ad copy to something similar to that one. So symbolize your everlasting bond without. Yeah, that love. Okay. Enjoy up to 7% off, just by 100,000 plus customers. Tap shop now to gift. Okay, so that's that. And then what I'm going to do is copy the ad copy, just the first few words, go all the way back up. Once I'm all the way back up, I'm just going to paste that in there so that I know this ad is with this ad copy here. I don't want to keep clicking into each ad to know what the ad copy is. So now that we've duped the ad into the same ad set, we've changed the ad copy, what we're going to do is review and publish. So just publish that, publish. And that's how you optimize and scale ad level. And then let's go to the last ad set here. We can see both of these are performing really well, right? So what I'm going to do is go to ad set level. I'm just going to duplicate this ad set now and then scale horizontally. So before we were scaling vertically by increasing the budgets and also optimizing on the ad level. And now we're going to duplicate the ad set within the same campaign And then you could duplicate it by 3 times, 4 times, 1 time, 5 times, 10 times. It's up to you. However, I'm just going to duplicate once, and then I'm going to name this ad set name 2504, which stands for 2025 April, WW broad, maybe old. Usually I like to give it a more descriptive name, but I'm just going to leave this for now, just for the purpose of this video. Change that to website, make sure it's purchases, and then my product set is here. So that's set to my product set. And this is a dynamic carousel ad where I advertise products from my Shopify product catalog. And I'm going to go all the way down. Change the start date to the next day. Daily budget, I could start it at £10 again. You can start 15, 20. It really depends on your cash flow, your capital. It depends on how comfortable you are with your ads as well, and how confident you are with running ads. It also depends on your ad spending limits on your ad account. I'm also going to remove US from here because, as you know, we can't actually advertise to the US anymore because of the tariffs. I'm going to just make this a more European ad set. So, oh yes, Italy. We could do Sweden as well. Switzerland. So you can see, oh, it changed the conversion fence. So I don't think I like Sweden. If I delete Sweden, okay, yeah. So this thing here is suggested that without Sweden in it, it will pick up 9 sales. I don't think it's true, but we'll just leave it as that. We'll delete all the ad interests because we want it a broad campaign. And then now I'll go all the way back up and I'll change this to just EU, UK, because it's not worldwide anymore. I'm not advertising to US, Canada, and Australia. And it's totally up to you guys what countries you put into your ad sets. You could put 1 country, you could put 2 countries, 5 countries, 10 countries, up to you, and it depends where your supply is shipped to. So that's that with this ad set here, and then we'll publish this again. Hopefully there's no errors. I know Facebook likes to play around with the ad levels, delete links and stuff like that. So let's see if that publishes. Cool. So that's a new ad set, and again, you could scale this as many times as you like. You could duplicate it by 5 times, test different interests, test different ad copies, similar ad copies, etc. Or maybe you test different angles. So you could scale within this AVO campaign. Now, because this one's performing really well and this one too, what you can actually do is also click duplicate with original setup, and then you can put it in a new campaign. So you call it top of the funnel, scaling V1, and if you're scaling necklaces, for example, then it'll be necklace scaling V1 and then CBO, because now we're going to test it in a CBO campaign. So we'll just click duplicate, and then we'll go to the campaign level, use campaign budget, and then we'll put the daily budget as £50. And then you can have 2 ad sets in there, or 3 or 4. I wouldn't put any more than 5 in a CBO unless the budget is higher. So once you set the campaign budget to £50, what you're going to do is edit the ad set level. So we're going to click the ad set level here, click both of them, and then what you want to do is set a spending limit, daily minimum of £5. So set that to £5. So it will spend a minimum of £5 per ad set, and then we're going to just save to draft. Once you save to draft, you want to change the start date to the next day at 00 or 12 a.m. Depends on your Facebook ad account. Sometimes it's 12 a.m., sometimes it's 00. I'm not too sure why, but that is how it is. And now we have a new CBO campaign with 2 ad sets in there that are winning before, and that's how you scale. So you publish this, and that will go out the next day, and we'll see how it performs over 3 days. And you literally just do that with all your campaigns. So let's just say you had 5 ABU campaigns, 1 for each subcategory. That's what you'll be doing. Go into each campaign, each ad set, optimize ad level, scale up budgets, and also duplicate. And that's basically how I optimize and scale my ads. If you have any questions related to ads, please let me know in the comment section below. If you found this video valuable, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel for more content, and peace.